And as promised, here is part 2 of our interview with April German with Victorious Hope, located on Highway 278 here in our fair city of Coleman, Alabama. And let's get on with it.
That would be wonderful.
It can happen. It will happen.
And
when you
people
trust
probably
the Lord.
thought that guy was crazy to even drive across state for no reason at all. And I think I would say, Craig, my husband, has taken over the thrift store because we couldn't afford to pay anyone, and he does it full time, and we cashed out his retirement and all that good stuff. And I was stressing one morning. It was actually, we used to pay off lunch debt fees. Like, we paid off our Good Hope Primaries lunch debt fees right before COVID hit. We were getting there. I was so proud of myself because I wrote the first check for the lunch debt in May, and then it was in March, and and then COVID hit. So, it was really hard after that. And one Saturday morning, we were getting ready to go up to Victorious Hope to work, and I was just stressing out about the different things we had to pay for. And my husband, he's the positive one, and he was like, well, someone could write us a check for $500 a day. And I was like, okay, Craig. We left, and that day someone had read something about us doing the lunch fee, paying off the lunch fees. And they said, we got in the car and we come up here and we wanted to give this to you. And it was a check for $500. So then the rest of the evening I had to hear, and that's what I told you before. Craig is he reminds me, of he'll be like, where's your faith? Where's your faith? And that's one thing he has said is he went from the sales world to the nonprofit world, not ever knowing he was going to do that. And his faith has just been strengthened so much more, just seeing the interactions and the way, and even with clients, when they come in needing a couch and someone has just given us a couch or someone gives us one a day later,
Yes.
So, and then there was one instance I wanted to tell you about. I don't think I told you when we were talking before, but we were there one night at the store, and I just see a lot of these interactions at the place. But a lady came in, and there had been a girl there shopping the day before with her father, and she was buying him clothes to go to church, but she didn't have a lot of money. And we were helping her out, giving her some things. Well, the next day, that lady came in, and she said, I don't know why, but I want you to give this young lady that was in here yesterday. I was like, yeah. She said, I want you to give her $100. And she handed us a $100 bill. We're like, okay. So we called this young lady, told her, just come see us. We didn't tell her why when you get a chance. And she come in. She was so upset. It was a younger lady. She said, God, you aren't going to believe this, but I'm so upset. One of my friends had my jacket last night, and I lost it, and I had a $100 bill in it. And that was what I was going to pay my rent with. And Craig's like, well, here you go.
Bada bing.
I mean, and I was just like, me and Craig, I remember us going to eat that night at Cracker Barrel, and we were just like staring at each other in disbelief. It's like, how did that, there's no explanation on how that happened, but.
I call it it's the providence of God. The providence, somebody was, matter of fact, we was in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Sunday morning, and the subject had come up, and I was able to minister about the providence of God. Reminds me of an airline, let's say Delta Airlines. And if you were able to look at the map of just the United States alone, where all the Delta hubs are and all of their flights, it's just like this intricate web. Everyone, not saying they're always on time, but Delta's still the best out there on it. But they have every plane has a specific purpose, a specific route, a specific time, a specific amount of people that they pick up, and where they travel them to, and it's networked months in advance. All this is working.
Right.
And so when I look at a map like that, I was looking at it one time, and just the Spirit of the Lord just whispered to me, said, that's my providence. Yeah. Because I see years down the road, and for this, I'm making this happen here so that you'll know what that will mean
later on.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But that's how God is working. He's intricately, and what He's really wanting people to do, people to put themselves in a position for that network to come around so that they can be ministered to. Because if you was not obedient to that and provide that, what is the old saying? When opportunity meets preparation, you have good success.
Right.
But if you don't prepare, if you're not in position of having a victorious hope, believing it and working it, that those people that are ready are in a position, God's put it in their heart and purpose to give to someone who needs that. If you hadn't prepared yourself at that moment for it, that opportunity could never become success for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
That's the
awesome.
providence of God.
Yeah.
He intricately looks at it and says, okay, God, I don't know how it's coming. I don't know who it's going to come from. I don't know where it's going to go to, but right here we are. We are your vessels. Here's the building. Here is our vessel, the buildings. Do it.
That's I've learned I'm here, I'm going to do it, and you just give me the strength to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever I face today, I'm going to be
Don't
there.
let my mind pop, but
Thank
I've
you.
got you, Lord.
Yeah, my mind is real close to popping sometimes.
I imagine it is. I mean, you go from Good Hope Primary and the kids, and then all of a sudden to that, it's just...
Yeah. I take me a little long drive to Victoria's Hope after school in the afternoons, just to kind of give me time to process things before I go into that.
So now let's switch gears here.
Okay.
And I want to ask you, kind of a series of questions. One, what do you think has been your greatest struggle?
Definitely the financing. As anybody in the nonprofit world knows, it's hard, and you need a lot of help from outside sources. I'm not good at help asking for that. People have pretty much just had to come to me and say, we're going to do this. Yeah. Because we finance the entire nonprofit off of the sales from the thrift store. And so that's, my husband, and we have 3 children, which they're grown, but they're going to college. We've put up sacrifices, and you have to do that.
Yes.
And,
yes.
And we've made it, and the Lord's always provided for us. But yeah, finances has always put a strain, because there's so much more I would love to do, but I just can't, Yeah. And so that's probably been our biggest struggle. But seeing how He has provided for us for 6 years with no explanation of it is also just amazing. So, but finances has definitely been our hardest struggle, because the community has come behind us through this full force, and they've supported us,
Yes.
But it's just finding, the means to be able to do more, that want to do more than just be able to give free clothing and stuff. I want so many more things for Victoria's Hope. So. Okay.
So on that end, now, what would you think would be your greatest success?
There's so many of them. I mean, the greatest is just the relationships that I've formed, and the interactions between people, and probably the strengthening of my family's faith more than anything, and just being able to see people willingly go out of their way to help other people. You hear so much negative around the world about and even online on social media, people just tearing each other apart, and just to see that goodness of people as a success, and then to see my clients strive and be something better. I've seen them grow, and some help now with our Christmas programs, different things like that, people that I helped in this very basement, and just to see their success stories, and to be able to watch them do better for themselves.
So what are you looking for the future of Victoria's Hope? Stay where you're at, or is there plans for...
we're staying where we're at as far as the building wise.
Yes.
We're not moving again.
Kind of the bigger you get, the more struggle.
Yes.
The more struggles.
Yeah, and we
get.
have moved 4 times since I started this in 2018. We've outgrown this building and 2 other buildings. So, but so we want to stay there, but we want, we want to do so many more things. We want to have more community involvement. I know there's been a lot of people asking about volunteer, and it's just, we have such a small space, and our back storage room is hot in the summer and cold in the winter. There's, no heating and airing. So I don't like to put people through that. But I do want to get the community involved more, and I thought maybe start having a community day once a month where, people that want to come help can help. And
yes.
Work outside and, inside, just things that they have expertise in that we don't, things like that. But like I said, I'd love to be able to give scholarships.
Is that building set up in the back? Is it set up that used to have HVAC and it's just not working, or is
it just don't have it? Now the building we're in, it's like 3 separate buildings, and the 2 that the people shop in, or that the clients come in is but back there, I get tickled in the summer because people will see me come out, and I'll come out. My husband like, you look horrible, but I just come out, and I'm just hot. And I'm like, I just gotta breathe, But you kind of accustom yourself to being hot and cold back there. It's not that bad, and it's really, I'm not complaining, but there's just so many more things we want to do, and I retire in a couple of years, so I'm hoping that I can start giving it more, 100% instead of just
right
however many percent of my time that I have to give it,
Well, I know you said something about kind of working the community outreach or community events and stuff. I know that it's crowdfunding is very important. Mm-hmm. But I was sitting here and I was thinking about something. Where we're at, part of our ministry is with the New Day Revivals. We have our gospel group. We travel, and one of the things that we want to do, and we have the professional system to do it, we were going to have concerts here on top of the hill. It's got that outside there. It's plenty of parking lot, plenty of places to park.
That's a great parking
lot. It's going to be a what do you call that? A BYOC, bring your own chair.
There you go.
And we'll have lighting. There's a food truck out there. My buddy Alex Rodriguez with. I started saying El Potro. It ain't El Potro. El Mexicano Restaurante.
Yeah, and we may see about them setting up at Victoria's Hope.
And we're going to have concerts that's out on the hill. We're going to have kids events that's going to have where the children come here and they can be able to do a few things. I think one of the last things we did before we left Nashville is we had they used to have a block parties where you can go into the city and you could go from one block to the other, and they would block that off. You get a permit for it. Some of the neighbors didn't like it, but it is what it is.
Right.
And so the community could come, and I had people donate. We had we'd have so many hot dogs. We'd have them deliver in for a couple of months and get them in the freezer and get them ready. And so we'd have hot dogs, popcorn. And we had a guy that worked in a church. He set up a soda machine, and it was all free. All they had to do is come over there and their address and their phone number, and they can get a band. And we had carnival rides.
Oh,
that was all over there. It was pretty big, wasn't it? And
that sounds like fun.
It was absolutely fun, and I love that because it just brought the community there, and I could get to see them. They're going. So many of them said, this is all for free." I said, "It's all for you."
Right.
And so there's nothing you need. I said, "Just need to know who you are. That's all I care about, because we want to give to the community." And so what I was sitting here thinking, and I wrote this down right here. With our ministry name, New Day Revival, your ministry name, Victorious Hope, that I want to have our first concert that we're going to have out here. Since you started here on this place and these grounds, and we're here, so I think, why don't we help to benefit Victorious Hope, and we do a concert up here that's going to be geared to the attention to, and what we would need is the main goals of some of the things that you really need, your critical infrastructure from product or whatever that you need, the stock or whatever, make those needs so we can get that list out there to our listeners and to the people in its community. And that way we can gather that up here. We've got a place to do that. And gather that up. And then that night we have a concert. We'll have the food truck out here. And every proceed that we go, we'll take a love offering up, and people want to give people the opportunity to sow into something that's doing righteously for the community and for the body of Christ. So if if that's something you want, you and you and your hubby would be involved in, we
Yes.
would like to do that.
I'll answer for you now.
So we would like to
Thank
do that out there
you.
and make that happen, because I think that'd be a great start. I believe that whatever you sow, you reap. And one of our first concerts that we had of the year was for the Crossing Ministry with Melissa Hudson with her food pantry, and she for food, and she has some clothing that she's given to a lot of the homes, that's the ladies' home and everything. And so we wanted, if we're going to be successful, we have to be people that are sowing. You're sowing. You and your husband are sowing into the kingdom of God by doing this, and the benefits that you're going to receive from doing that is going to be mind-boggling. And I like the fact of having testimonies that come back and people say, "You don't know who I am, but I want you to know how much you helped me."
Yes.
Boy, that is satisfaction.
That's probably another greatest takeaway.
Yeah.
Yes, is people seeing us, and being like, "You don't remember me, but you helped me in a situation years ago." And a lot of people will say, "I was in the basement at Dodge City." They love, that they were there. A lot of people that I don't remember because it was so long ago. And
So as we get ready to land this plane, what's going on with Victorious Hope right now, and something that you want to let looking at camera and let people know what's happening?
Okay. Well, it's not official. We are in the plans of having a fundraiser at Stonebridge in September, and we're going to do like an 80s theme where everybody dresses up 80s, and it's all 80s because that's just cool and retro, and we love it.
So what's your 80s outfit?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I have a lot.
Do you have a movie theme you're kind of leaning towards? Someone from the movies from the 80s?
I like the Cyndi Lauper Madonna look. I'm real, big on that. Not Madonna. In some
Oh,
of
so
the
you're talking
videos.
more later 80s.
Yeah, I guess we're
Yeah.
talking about different 80s.
Yeah, I'm thinking very early 80s.
Yeah, I was
or
a
something,
little bit younger in those
I'm
80s.
a 70s kid, so
Yeah. I see. I'm an 80s kid. I'm late 77, so that's. But just what anybody interprets the 80s, I mean, and
plus Stonebridge. Oh, I love
Stonebridge.
Stonebridge.
Yeah.
They're very nice people out there.
They have been wonderful to
So
work
you don't
with
have a
us.
date for that yet?
Yes, well, we actually do September 13th. It's on Friday 13th, so we thought that, why not? So, but we do have some companies like Doug Doggett. There's a spa that my friend Brandy, she's been working on getting. But there's a lot of companies that are going to donate some for.
So what's it called?
We don't know yet.
You don't know yet. So if you're reading it right up here, it's called Victorious
know
Hope.
yet.
We don't know yet. But it's September the 13th of this year.
Stonebridge. So if anybody has any suggestions on a name, I mean, I hadn't thought of it yet. I want to make it something quirky, cute, fun. And the tickets are going to be cheap, like $20, because we want everybody to be able to afford to go. And it's
Right.
for your meal and
Right.
some drinks and just a good time. So
That's it. I hope we can, New Day Revival can be a part of that.
yes,
And to make something happen, and we would pray for exponential blessings.
thank you.
More than over. So your last thoughts?
This is where you want me to tell everyone. Or, no, I don't look at the camera.
Hold on. Awkward pause.
Okay.
All right.
I just want people to know, and I didn't think about this earlier. We have a lot of people still wondering, how can I get help? That is what we're here for, is to help. If you've had a house fire, if you've had a tornado, if you've had, lost your job and you're struggling to get clothes on your children, on yourself, household items, just come and see us. We're a non-judgment zone. We pretty much never have told anybody no. We want to bless you. We want to help you. And just know, don't be embarrassed. I've always said everybody is one paycheck away from,
That's it.
I mean, it can happen
It's
to
a frightful
anybody.
thing, but there
It
is so many out there that are one paycheck away from
pretty much
from total
every
collapse.
Yes.
Yes.
And and there's more than ever, so if there's any way we can help possible, if you need a pot, just come talk to us. I mean, Don't be too proud. And for the people that have helped and bring Victoria's Hope to where it is today, I thank you. I never expected it to, be like it is now, and that's because of this community. And y'all are just wonderful. So.
Yes. So the address is on the screen, and you can be able to find them. Give it a call. What's the phone number, or if it's working, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or if they're able to answer
you the phone number.
But just follow the address.
Yeah, and getting a hold of us on Facebook is probably the best way.
There you
go.
go.
Hopes Victoria. I can give you my email address too. We have
we got the email address is on the screen as well. And
yeah, it's already
your
there.
address for your Facebook that's there. Mm-hmm. Go to that page and like the page and follow Victoria's Hope and be a part of it.
And also, if you love to thrift, our things are all less than $3. Our clothing, purses, shoes, and that's because we want people to be able to afford it.
Yes,
and that's another thing is clients that we've had people, they're excited because they're no longer asking, they're coming in and they're buying for their kids on Dollar Day, and they feel like they're being able to provide for their children instead of me just giving it to them.
Yes.
And but also we've started a Shopify site also with where you can shop from home, and we'll deliver it to you for cheap still.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So
all
check
right.
that out.
Well, April, high five. I really appreciate you coming in, and I wouldn't have asked for any other person to have our inaugural segment on living and learning with the locals.
Isn't that crazy?
And you, because of the history here and what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And we thank you for watching NDR Podcast and for watching for being a part of what we're doing. We're going to have a lot more. There's going to be we've got more. We got some business people that are here in the community. We've got our directors for our seniors, senior homes. We have our volunteer firefighters, those that are running kind of like the volunteer chief. We have them going to be coming in, different musicians and people that are just doing things for the community. And we just want to bring light to them. And it's called Living and Learning with the Locals. But we thank you for watching the NDR Podcast. Go to our website at newdayrevival.com and so get your email address in there. You can go to our Facebook page, follow us on our page, and also you can go to find all of the podcasts here on our video podcast on our YouTube channel at New Day Revival, making it very easy for you. And you'll also be able to capture a lot of these podcasts that are coming up that will be on our streaming sites from iHeartRadio to Intune, Apple Play, and all that's out there. So thank you so much. May God bless you. May He keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you. May He lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. And remember, I love you. PT out. God bless.